try working. I'll practice a bit so we can check it out in front of the camera. I think I have a couple different cameras. Testing out the new Zenny lenses for my headset, so I don't wear my glasses when I have it on, but it's kind of confusing because then I have to put my glasses on if I want to see other stuff. I mean, kind of. All right, so let me try and practice a bit. We'll see if it's working, and then we'll go from there. I also took the tip from Coach Vlad Pimentel, VR coach that I work with. Put a piece of white tape over the sensor in the middle, so now the headset doesn't know when I take it on and off, so it won't keep adjusting. Anyway, gonna just do a basic warm-up. I'll probably just warm up, play for a little while, then I'll check the chat periodically, and then maybe I'll do like some basic instructions on like just forehand or backhand or things like that, and we'll go from there. All right, so if you're watching, hopefully I've got the settings on right, like as far as the volume. Let's see, you can hear me, you'll hear the game. Yeah, whatever. Let's see. It's just basic forehand. We just warm up for a while. I didn't test the ball, but it's working. We're good. So this game's great because you can really focus on the stuff you want to work on. You know, for me, I'm trying to work on rotating a little more, but not opening up so much here because my hip, this hip really opens, and I got to get more into this hip, right? So right now I'm kind of here and falling over. I need to be more in this hip for a little while, and then transfer late. But then boom, boom, boom. Anyway, normal warm up. So it's Saturday morning here on Earth in the virtual reality universe. This adapter is good. It's a little bit too thick here in the fingers, so then I end up holding with my hands and my knuckle gets sore. So that's kind of where I'm at. Same with the tricep, right? Because of the controller, it's like I'm holding it. I get a little sore there from playing too much VR compared to real life. But so if you're watching, let me know sometimes if you want me to explain stuff or just be quiet and hit the ball. Or like what I'm thinking, like working on. All right, I'm trying to get more on this leg here and rotate here as opposed to straightening so much, because look, straightening, it's like you fall over this way, you can't recover, but here, boom, still here. So like I said, I'm going to take my time warming up. I'm quite sore. It's the morning. I played a lot this past week. Played for 2.5 hours one night in VR. That was a lot. A little too much maybe. But here we are. All right, so my spin revs are getting up there these days. I can, use my wrist to get extra spin. It's good. More work to do, but it's good. All right, you can see though how when I turn this one, I kind of fall here. I need to be here. So I'm going to try to focus just more on that right leg for a bit. Right down the line. Those are too short on the table. I need them to go further, but that's not working. There. Maybe I need to adjust more. That's all right. All right. Let's see if anyone's watching. Where do I check? Well, I know where I check, but so we had a few viewers already. Thanks for the like. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have questions. let me do a little more forehand from like a step back here, and then I'll do some backhand. It'll be more exciting at some point, maybe, right? It's kind of the same thing with the ball machine. I'm just going to do this, then I'll do some AI. Gotta be careful for that table back there. Good thing is I can move the table forward and backwards, but if I forget that I moved it forward and I play a short ball or something, I'll run right into that desk. It's happened plenty of times already, so gotta be careful. The flip side is if I move the table too far back, I'll smash my hand on the table behind me, so, and this wall. But anyway, like I said, forever really, but for the first few months and stuff, now that I'm training more in VR, I'm just trying to get the feel for the ball, get the proper stuff going, more spin, this and that, and then start doing more ranked matches and things like that again. I reached 2,500 last year, and I'm much better than that now, so I'll start playing some, but it's kind of physically exhausting to play this game, so I like to practice more. All right, that's enough. Go to the backhand. I like yorking the backhand a lot in this game, but really in general, just because I need to improve my backhand. So you got to do what you got to do. Try and figure out where I'm going wrong. See, so I mean, normally, like if you're just warming up in the beginning, you would kind of hit flat balls with people, right? But in this game, it's not really, you only need to do a little bit, let's say. Because you need to be spinning, you need to be countering, you need to be attacking in this game. All right, so sometimes I'm coming more on the outside of the ball, trying to put it on the table, but like that, and more times on the top of it forward. This would be the extreme side, right? On the other side of it. So it spins that way. But anyway, just do some quick ones off the bounce, just my wrist. All right, so 107, that's just my wrist, so you can see that in this game, it's important to spin and use your wrist. I work on that with Coach Vlad Pimentel here in VR a lot, and I'm using it to improve my shots. But in this game, because you need to get a lot of spin so the person can't just counter spin you real good. Otherwise, if your shot's not that spinny, they just send it right back at you even worse. So. And the spin gives you safety in this game more so than anything, right? Obviously in real life too, but spin is king in this game. All right, we're getting there. Yeah. 120 is all right, because there's not that much spin on this ball anyway, so I'm kind of generating that myself. All right, as always, like we say, once you do enough backhands from the backhand corner, you do some forehands. So same here, this is a good spot too, because think about how many times maybe you're here, but you're leaning over, falling back, like this, like that. So same idea. Stay over the ball, stay forward. Try to play wherever you can. And practice aiming different places with your body, with your arm. Move your feet. All right, so 124, 30. That's gonna be a tough ball to counter sometimes, right? Let's go 1, 2, 1, 2. Gotta stay low, though. So this is just one ball, right? Like I was say, if you have a robot at home and you can just get one ball, okay, but you can do a lot with one ball. All right, let's say it's on backhand, right? I can block. All right, I can drive it. I can spin it. All right, on the forehand, block it. and drive it. Then you can spin it. Right, but it's just one ball. So if you have an, like, this thing is made to look like an iPong robot. So if you just have an iPong basic robot, one ball, you can do whatever you need to do sometimes. Let's see, some chop blocks before I get into anything else. Trying to get to double bounce, right? Because if it doesn't double bounce, they're gonna zip it at you. Or, I mean, it's gotta be spinny somehow, right? Or out to the side, maybe. But how else would you get this type of repetition just feeling the ball for a chop block? All right, work on your strawberries. Come on. There we go. Right, missing a lot, but you don't have to pick up the ball, so who cares? There we go, that was spinny. Yeah, that was all right. All right, let's look. Anyone out there watching? All right, so hello to the 5 viewers. Like I said, I'm testing out these new lenses, so I don't have to wear my glasses when I do, which is much nicer for wiping sweat. But then I come over here and I look at the computer, I gotta get all of the business, you know. All good, give me a sec. What do we got? So if you have any questions, let me know. Hello. Thanks for watching. I think the stream's working all right. Let me know if it's not. 5 viewers, 5 push-ups, right? That's the rule. You get to 10 viewers, I'll do 10 push-ups, all right? So find 5 friends. I don't have 5 friends, but you can find them. Get a little more coffee. The 7 viewers, they heard I was going to do push-ups. If we got to 10, people started showing up. I'm worried. I'm concerned. All right. Let me know if you want me to do like more forehand, more backhand, underspin, pushes, serves, basic stuff, right? If you haven't played that much and you want to learn, like, okay, teach me the basic forehand, backhand, I'll tell you stuff. I can sit here and narrate it more. Or, oh no, we hit 10 viewers, 10 push-ups. All right. I've been lazy with the exercise because I'm playing so much, so I'll try and mix it in. All right, I'm gonna get back to playing before I have to do any more push-ups. Like I said, let me know if there's anything in particular you want me to do. Besides push-ups. All right, let's just do both sides a little bit. So it's just forehand, backhand. So it's not like crazy fast, so actually I'm trying to get out there on the outside of the ball a little more to control it and spin it to the, all right. Yeah, you can see that I struggle over here. I kind of like this, so I'm gonna try to rotate my body more. Same here, right? So like this, I'm here, I'm ready. 2 ways to do it. You can do step, step, hit, step, step, hit. You can hit it or you can spin it more. I could play the corners or diagonal, right? Right now I'm playing diagonal, but. And then also, if you're really far away, you could kind of hit and move, but it's not testing my footwork like that right now, so. It's more testing my ability to be awake and move around. And not drink too much coffee. That last one's the tough part. All right, so right now I'm just doing like one side step. I should do 2 though, because what if it was coming wider in reality? And I have time. So. We can do just one shuffle step if you want. It's good. I mean, there's so many like different exercise games for this headset and MetaQuest, but you could just play table tennis and get good exercise in. You can get better at table tennis. All right, I'll start mixing up my placement now. Try to put it on the other side of the table at least, though. All right, so now I'm playing to the forehand side. It's like they're blocking forehand. All right, now backhand side. Of course, the robot's moving. I could probably set it to where it just stayed in one place and sends you the ball from there, which would be more realistic, but I actually like this because of the different angles coming from. Try to play lower, right? I get kind of lazy sometimes. Give me a sec. Whew. So, it's really good for just practicing different stuff. 11 viewers. I don't think that qualifies for more push-ups yet. I think 15 or 20. Right? That would qualify for more push-ups. Not 11. So bear with me. I'm gonna take little breaks here and there because I'm gonna try to play for a while. Right? The other day I just played like 2.5 hours almost straight through, and it was tough. That was then, and this is now. Right? I've built up high endurance. You know, I'm breathing heavily, semi-heavily, right? Anyway, let me know. Keep rambling, shut up. 1 for keep rambling, 2 for shut up. 3 for some type of beginner tutorial. Because I can't shut up and do a beginner tutorial, so you have to choose. All right, got my controller here. What's this? All right, enough of this. Actually, we're gonna crank it up even one more step. Do the 2 forehand, 2 backhand drill. Today we'll, when your arm and shoulder and stuff are tired, then work on your footwork. When your legs are tired, work on your feel and your spin and this and that. All right. If you're struggling in one area, work on that. You can do different shots with the ball machine, the serves, and the AI. I'll play with the AI a little later, but I like to warm up with the ball machine nowadays for a while. So this is 2 forehands, 2 backhands from the forehand corner. So it's like the person is blocking, not really blocking their forehand. They're almost like spinning it a little bit, right? It's not just a block. All right, so let's play. This is a normal drill, kind of a step up from 1 and 1. This ball's a little slower, but a little spinnier, I can see. But the rate is too slow, I think. Whatever. I'll use that to get into position, get used to staying low. Sometimes I look over at the screen. Oh, yeah. I don't know if you can see it. The screen over there shows you the rotation and the speed and the direction of the spin. It's not like close enough to see easily here, I know. There's some type of plug-in I can put on so you can see it better. If you're interested in seeing the spin and speed more clearly, let me know, and I'll find a way to get that going. It's the same idea, right? I can play to the same spot, I can play to different spots. Practice both, right? Okay. And you can kind of see the difference when I just kind of hit the ball versus when I really spin it, it gets going a little better here. All right, let's just move a bit. But you see how I end up like this a lot? I'm trying to end up more like this. Same here. How's it going? That was fast. It wasn't so spinny, but it was fast. But you need spin, actually, so we won't celebrate too early. Give me a break. Yeah, so let me know if there's anything you want to see in particular. Otherwise, I'll just keep doing my normal routine. That's enough of that one. Whatever. What's this? Let's see, 2 backhand, 1 forehand. Let's see what that's like. All right. 1, 2, 3. See, that one I was too far away from on the forehand. I got to get there. Practice kind of being light on your feet, being ready to move and adjust, be balanced. It's fine. So just going through the little footwork drills. All right, this one says top spin reflex drill. Let's see that. I haven't done that before. So this is me like blocking or countering. That's good. I don't know where it's going. Good reflex training. All right, you gotta be ready. All right, be ready without being too stiff, because then if you're stiff, you don't get anything on the ball, so it's not so easy. Let's see if I can play some defense back here without running into anything. All right, so you can play some lobs in this game, practice your feel. Trying to pay attention to if they're hitting a few times, just so I can see if I'm hitting it right or not. All right, the spin really moves the ball in this game, so if you get some spin, you can trust it to come in a little more. If you just kind of hit it around, it's not going to come down. And you get chopped too. Right, like you're in an emergency situation, you got to chop. Swiss Rally, one of the top players. You should watch him chop. He's really like, as far as defenders, I've never seen anything like that kind of. All right, I'll stop chopping soon, but sometimes it's kind of fun just to sit here and chop. Since I'm not a chopper, right? I don't sit here and do this all day at the club. Sometimes chop, sometimes top spin, right? That'll give people mistakes. But it's good reaction training. Yeah, nice. Good shot, robot. Give me a sec. Towel off. 18 viewers all know we're dangerously close to more push-ups. Or did I say I would do them for 15? I have to make a calculated decision there. Do I do 15 now and then quite possibly 20 very soon? Or do I pretend I didn't see the 18 and say the 15 and just wait for 20? Don't worry. Sorry, that might have been loud. I yelled at the camera. 15. 18, I guess. So that's a good way to get some push-ups in, right? Oh no, we're at 19 now. Don't do it. Don't do it to me. Yeah, so actually, well, not this in particular, but greasing the groove, right? You do a few reps of something every once in a while throughout the day or every few days, like chin-ups or push-ups. As long as you don't do it in your normal exercise, it's good, but you have to be careful with your joints. exercises, particularly body weight, respond well to the volume. Oh no, 22. All right. I'm going to show them some table tennis first, but I owe you guys 20 push-ups again. All right? Can we make that deal? Find the controller. So if you're watching, feel free to say hi in the chat. I'd appreciate it. If you're enjoying it, feel free to like it. Yeah, that's about it. What were we doing? One. All right, I'm just gonna play. First, we're gonna do 2 backhands here. I did oh no, this is the topspin ram. Yeah, never mind. We'll do some backspin lifting. Later, I'll put the pieces together, right? This one's an underspin ball. I gotta spin it up. Give the people some backhand opens. It's a crowd favorite usually. All right. Let's see what type of spin I can get today. Yeah, we're getting there. All right. Each day I start a little better than I was before. It always takes me a little while to get like the real spin in the game compared to real life. But... come on. Yeah, 114. That's around. I mean, I'll get up to like 130 at some point, but it takes some time. Yeah, I don't know. I still got to get the form down in here and stop looking at the screen. Maybe just keep going. Don't lean back, go forward. All right, the more body and legs, the more I can play forward. Yeah, 120, that's pretty good. All right. Like I always say, once you get tired of doing backhand opens, do some forehand opens from here, because some days your backhand open is not going to work. So they're going to sit there and keep pushing to your backhand. So just move over here and play your forehand. Right? Make them pay for thinking you're not going to do something. And then they start pushing over there. Maybe then you start playing your forehand there, which we'll do in a second. All right. Yeah, we're getting there. There's not enough spin on that, but there's an element of just like being loose with your wrist and spinning this game that I still don't have down. All right, that's enough. A few more backhands. Oh, that's not. All right, so I could put a push before this, or a topspin after it, or both, or a serve, whatever. Let's do some forehand ones. So that's the backhand. This is the forehand. Oh, I'm dogging it, Pat. I'm dogging. All right, so here's a good example. I need to not straighten up so much like this. Need to be here. Right, I was watching Sora Matsushima, and one thing I noticed was he's left-handed, but I'll do it right-handed. But when you come in, it wasn't just about getting back fast, right? It was here, and instantly his leg was already like this. So you could lift here and lift here, right? There was nothing flat-footed, nothing straight-legged about it. It was kind of here, right? So I'm working on getting more ankle flexibility, more knee flexibility, but I'm stiff at the moment, so whatever. It'll get better. So here, it's not like the ball's so heavy that I can't get over, but I have to get better about putting more spin on it somehow. Yeah, 108's not going to cut it. I can see why the backhand top spins and stuff are actually pretty good in this game, because you can really get a ton of spin with the backhand, and so you can make it really work well here. Ah, come on. So if you're a beginner, don't worry so much about the wrist. Mostly get used to this and this, right, for the underspin. And then little by little, you can add more power. But start by getting on the table. All right, I'm going to stop being lazy for a bit. Get some good shots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ah. I'll try to get them a little more forward because I've been looping too. That was a good one. But see, you don't get the spin credit here, but that one was fast. All right. Come on. I was trying just a little more wrist on some of those just to see the difference, right? All right, that's good. I'm gonna do a little bit both sides and then take a little break until I cool off a bit. All right, so this is the same ball as both sides now, though. Underspin, underspin. All right, kind of standard drill, basic to get the shots down in footwork, but really gotta be careful because you gotta get used to playing a topspin shot after the backspin one. I'll do it a little bit because I'm still new to the game enough, but it makes sense. All right, I want my shots to land deeper on the table, more spin, more speed, but oh, that was a good one. All right, we'll stop there for a second. Let's see what 27 viewers, 2 likes, appreciate it. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you play MBR. Or if you play table tennis in real life. I'm just drawing off my head for a little bit. I know I owe you 20 push-ups. Wardrobe change. All right, we're back. Got the Florida Crocs jersey. Not sure if we got any MLTT fans out there, but go Crocs. Our club, Sunrise Table Tennis Club in Clearwater, Florida. We're working on the official MLTT club partnership right now, so hopefully we'll have some news on that soon. This game makes you sweat a lot, right? That's why I already changed shirts. I wasn't going to do my next run of push-ups with my sweaty shirt. Otherwise, I'll be all over the floor and it gets annoying. I don't like this. All right, we got 23 viewers. I promised some more push-ups, didn't I? All right. That concludes our push-ups today. I'll go to air squats or lunges or something. That's enough of that, right? Triceps or anything. That's good. Maybe we'll come back to it in a few hours, right? Who knows how long I'm going to play. I got my battery packs ready. So yeah, let me know what you want to see, right? Forehand, backhand, lifting underspin, countering topspin, pushing, serving, returning serve. Tell me what you're interested in, at least. I'll play a little bit with the AI. That's fun, I guess, right? Fun to watch. Viewers are dropping. Get back to playing. No breaks. No, we're going to do some fast serve, right? Back to this. I can see this is helping me get used to looping long serves, even though I'm still messing them up too much, but let's change your reflexes. I'm saying you can't just block this ball back. You got to spin it back. And you don't know exactly where it's going to go. All you can kind of see. I got these new lenses in today. They're working well. I can see there's a few. If the headset's off a little bit, the field of vision's a little messed up, kind of like when I was wearing my contacts the other day, but it's much better than glasses at the moment. Not necessarily the vision, but not being fogged up, not having an extra pair of lenses in here to deal with. So I recommend it. All right, this one's important to keep your balance, right? Because if you fall back and do this, all these balls go out. It's actual fast topspin, low serves. So. Right, learn how to cover the middle backhand so you can make the decision when you have to. Right, not like that. But you can see it tests your ability to read the ball, read the serve. Stay forward. So ideally, I want the ball deep on the table with spin, right? That gives me more time to recover, takes away their angles, makes it harder for them, pushes them back. By them, I mean the opponent, not this ball machine. Ball machine doesn't go anywhere. All right, see, these ones to the middle are not easy. And try not to cheat too much, right? Just kind of play your shots and practice moving into place for them. Right, you'll see balls to the middle really test your ability to kind of get out of your own way and be there. If you're too much like this, get stuck, right? But if you're here, and if you use your hips especially, but it's hard in the moment, all right? That's why you got to practice it a lot. So, a little more. I'll try and do more forehand returns. How about that for so long ones? All right, sometimes practice moving around, hitting all forehands, sometimes all backhands. Test your footwork. Your ability to recover and your balance. Right, it's more normal for this one to do it all forehand, not necessarily all backhand. That'd be kind of odd, but I'll do it. It kind of tests your backhand footwork. All right, that's enough of that one. I want to do, all right, look. Here's a normal forehand loop to practice playing against, right? So before it was a basic forehand, now it's forehand loop. How much space I got? All right. Always check how much space you got. So like if I try and hit this ball too flat, too basic, it doesn't register enough. It doesn't control it, right? You got to spin it. So I try to stay compact, stay forward. It moves around a little bit, right? Coach Vlad's ball machine drills, the ball moves around. It's not the same ball every time. So you gotta adjust a little bit, which I think is good. So we're gonna work on this for a little bit because this is important. Countering without losing your balance, without hitting too hard, without missing too much. All right, this is another one where you see this is open. I need to be here. All right, so I'll try to stay a little lower on this knee. I'll just use this knee more. Right, that's just that leg and that, right? I'm not using wrist. I'm not really folding my forearm. All right, so sometimes play real wide. All right, make someone go outside the table. Get used to the feel. Right, it's risky, but when you get the feel, it'll be good. And then your brain just does it automatically when they're over there. There, and then when they get it back from there, boom, right? Right, one out there, one there. See ya. See ya. Smell you later, right? That's what you say. That's happening more and more. I've seen this 3 times now in the past week, hitting the clip and going over and making it. I never saw it before. All right, that's enough of the regular forehand loop. Watch this. Forehand right. All right, look. Now it's got side spin. Right, imagine being able to just like tell a practice partner to just do side spin once every 2 seconds over and over forever, right? That's this ball machine. It's a good friend of mine. So now instead of coming right at me, it curves out here. You got to play it a little differently. Play it more to the middle, and it'll end up over there. If you play too much down the line, it's kind of weak and risky, but you can do it some. But I think curve it to the middle a little better. And then sometimes out wide here, right? But this ball moves that way, so it's kind of safer to play the middle. Spin the middle. Right, stay close to the ball. Stay compact. Stay low. All right, this ball I got to be over the top, but I got to be aimed a little more to the middle because that side spin, right? And I'm falling too much like this. I got to play here a little more. I see it. VR is definitely the place if you like see specific areas you need to work on and you like it's not working to improve them. You need it. Well, maybe if you're willing to try it, right? It's not going to happen overnight. You can't just buy the game and then improve stuff. But if you're willing to sit here, it can help a lot. First, you have to get used to it physically, though. It's exhausting, so I'm building up my physical ability with the VR. But once you get used to the VR and then you go to your club, it like feels easier in some ways physically, because this is like intense over and over and over. All right, so I'm trying to come outside this ball a little bit more, spin it, so it's not just hitting it. Try to do some more side spin, I feel. I got one. 129 revs, and it was like out here. That's a tough ball for someone to do anything about. All right, next up, the other side spin. The other side spin, forehand side. All right, so now, before it was curving this way, now it's curving this way. So now instead of going away from me, it's coming at me. It's the natural forehand angle, so I just have to close it and play it this way. But to play strongly, you're going against the spin, so you got to deal with it, right? And it's moving. So I really think these side spin loops are important to practice in this game. All right, just practice controlling it, because it's the same as if it was like a pendulum side spin serve from a right-hander. This is like a left-handed loop, forehand loop. So the safest is just kind of cover it, play this way. All right, not overly aggressive, but just spin it. All right, but you see how I'm always leaning this way, so I gotta figure that out. Maybe put this leg a little more forward. All right, so if I put this knee a little more in when I start, maybe it'll keep me from going too far the other way, right? All right, twisting in place. I'm staying low, so the weight of my body is kind of over the ball, right? I'm not lifting. That time I fell over. All right, that's good for now. Give me a towel break. And we'll do the backhand side. Oh, no. Okay, you're still on. Yeah, I think it is. It's very good. People watching, yeah. So, appreciate the watches and the likes and all that. Say hi if you feel like it. I didn't turn the air down soon enough, so it's still pretty hot in here. It's also quite a hot day out here in Florida, in the Tampa Bay area. But it's nice. I'll ride my bike in a little bit, assuming I don't just stream and play table tennis all day. That's kind of a big assumption to this point. I got the battery packs. I got the audience. I got you guys watching. Thanks for being here. 13 viewers. You can hear me thinking, I was like, what exercise am I going to do? I don't know. Maybe I'm not going to put myself on the hook for more. Just because it's kind of odd, like squats and lunges in the camera here, that would be odd to me. Anyway, let me cool down just a little more, then I'll get in there. As I say every 10 minutes, if you want to see anything in particular, let me know. Otherwise, I'll just kind of keep doing what I'm doing. And you'll see that I've stopped putting my water on the desk to avoid knocking over, but I do have my coffee there to make it even worse. When will he learn? When will he? Probably when there's coffee spilled everywhere. That would be the turning point. Water, the consequences aren't high enough. But coffee everywhere on my electronics, that would be bad. All right. What was that? Oh yeah, now we're gonna do some backhand loops. But look, it's like it teaches you to track the ball, and in VR, the ball curves so much, right? Because of the spin, it's like the Magnus effect's real strong. So you get used to these real crazy curve balls here, and then you play in real life when people top spin with some side spin, it's not so crazy anymore. And like I said, you're just getting lots of reps. All right, so that was the forehand side. We'll start with this way. So now this is the right side spin one to the backhand, right? If I just touch it, well, I covered it, so it went there, but look, right, goes out there, got to cover it, natural angle, right? So if that forehand that it last was the natural angle forehand, this is the natural angle backhand, right? You can kind of just stick it there, as long as you hit the ball right. But you want to practice kind of coming around it. So my goal here is to get on the outside, get my weight around it a little more. Anyone who's watching me practice knows I miss a bunch, and then I start making them little by little, so you can see it does work. Right? I'm not doing that on purpose. All right, so right now I'm getting the ball on, but I'm not controlling the spin enough, so I got to come around it more. Now it's getting there. All right. It's not a crazy spinning ball fast, but I'm redirecting theirs. I'm making them change sides, right? So they play that forehand. Now it's to their backhand over here. Right, it's fast enough, it's angled. See if I can put a little on it. All right. All right, if you're gonna spin it, then you gotta spin it forward. You can't really hit it too much, and you can't lift it. All right, that's fine. All right. Yeah, 106, that's fine. For now, I'm happy. If I can counter the spinny loops like in the hundreds and put on the table a lot with the side spin, it's good. It'll take time, but it'll get there. It's okay, all right. But I want to practice this side spin more. So that one's all right. It's like a tomahawk serve or a backhand serve to your backhand. And then here's like a pendulum serve or a left-handed tomahawk or something, or inside-out tomahawk. Look, so this ball, if I aim this way, if I can hit it, the ball shoots kind of that way, right? So you kind of want to, you can aim this way to deal with the side spin, but it's kind of hard to make a strong shot, especially because the ball's here. So kind of spin it to the middle, right? Kind of continue the loop, continue the curve, let's say. It ends up over there anyway. But same, right? I don't want to be like this, right? You can see I'm always like this. Look at this leg. Need to be here, right? Like a wall on the outside. Right? These balls are moving around. It's not easy. But you have to stay compact. You have to spin. All right, I'm trying to stay solid on this leg, like we did over here. Now I'm trying to stay solid up here because you got to contain these balls. Think of it. You can think of it like you're a cornerback in football, right? You got to contain. It doesn't matter if it goes inside, but just get outside of it and let everything else deal with it. But try to make the shot, right? We're not playing football, we're playing table tennis, so make the shot. Right, you can see sometimes I'm already like this, so stretched out, there's nothing for me to work with, and I have to get here. So I really, you see the ball coming at you, so you think it's here, but this curve so much is out here, right? So you start here, and all of a sudden it's like this. So I got to adjust by being out here, but like I said, there's some variation in the placement. So if you go to over here, and now it's here, and you're getting stuck here. That's why it's good practice, right? Let's keep going. This is a big area I got to work on. Tons of areas I got to work on. But at least I found something that's kind of fun to stream, right? Hopefully you're enjoying the streams. I don't know. Let me know. Otherwise, I'll return the headset. I'll quit the game if they're not enjoying the streams. All right, so you can see sometimes I hit a fastball, but there's like no spin on it, so it's not really that good. Yeah, that's all right. That's better. That's better. All right. That's good for that. Give me a second to think what else we should do. Okay, we'll do this. I need to find a good push. Short backspin push. So here's an underspin serve basic, all right. And then I'm gonna go underspin serve, backhand loop. No. Backhand underspin. Yeah, all right. So it's just, you push the serve, they push back to you, you loop it. So you gotta move in, you gotta spin, right? It's tough because you gotta get your balance back once you're here, right? So you can practice kind of coming in and then jumping. Pushing forehand and backhand, right? All right, so there I'm kind of like sat back too far. I need to be here, I need to be forward. Sorry. Sometimes push short, sometimes push long, it doesn't matter. Good to practice both. So you can see I kind of get here and then I'm like, because this isn't working. So let's see, I'll get here, outside. Right, at least there was spin on it. That was to demonstrate what I need to be doing. So here, back, outside leg, boom. Here. Practice keeping it short sometimes. All right, so if you're playing someone who's going to attack every long push, then you got to keep it short maybe. If you play someone who's good at the table and you keep popping it up, then just play long and deal with it. And if there's no other choice but you can flip, then just flip, right? Even if you miss a lot, if the other stuff's not working. But if someone can't even deal with your long push, right? If you can just push reliably to their backhand, they miss it every time, then just why flip a short backspin serve, right? Too high. Trying to touch it short. All right, so you can see I got to get here and then I got to get here. Sorry. Got to get in and out quick. This is important. Then you go like this too. That's what I do a lot, especially in the game. But then you got to be ready for that next shot. But you can see it's good. In and out footwork, pivoting footwork. All right. Down the line. Oh, no, come on. I hit it too much. I got to spin it. Now I lift it too much. All right, so try and get yourself kind of crossed up sometimes too and get out of it. All right, so look, ball's here. I'm like this. How am I going to hit this ball? Right? So I always end up like this. It's ridiculous. All right, but we're working on stuff. That's good. Let's change it now. Forehand backspin. So same idea, but now you get the forehand loop in. If you watch Calderano, he did a lot of that. Kind of kept it short, got the long push, and then just blasted it. In this game, it's kind of hard to play a real solid kill shot off a low backspin ball, but you can get a lot of spin, so it can work. The other person's not like on your level, but if you're on your level, you kind of got to follow up with a good topspin after, right? So you kind of spin, and then that next one's where you can really crank up the spin and speed together. Oh, that was good. All right, so same idea, right? Can't be lazy. I'll push long, hit the net, and then I'll miss the ball, right? Yeah, I'm being too lazy. Let's go. Falling this way. All right, so now just relax, stop talking, and play. Actually, that's all I'll do. So now instead of forehand backspin, we'll go random loop. So let's see, I'm gonna try to backhand flick the serve, and then he's gonna attack that my flick somewhere. Let's see. Yeah, that's gonna be tough. But that's kind of what happens, right? You say you play a good player, then you make a bad flick. The second one's too short or too slow though. 1 second. Not the actual shot, but the delay before it. So you can change this. All right. You can flip it with the forehand too. Try to at least. Yeah, this is tough. I can see it. I flick and then I'm here and I'm stuck like this. I need to be like here still, but that's not gonna work. All right, that's a good example too. Say you make a long push and they just rip it on you, right? So get used to it. Either flip it and be ready or push it and be ready, right? Boom. Boom. All right. All right, so now your brain starts to get trained a little bit. Push long. Yeah, at least they're coming on now. All right. It's tough. When you're here and you flick there, you better be ready, yeah. And then that. It's a challenge, but training myself to be ready for any ball. So let's see. It's supposed to be a challenge, right? Also, it's good because you don't know where that second ball is coming, and in real life, you don't know where it's coming either, right? There's no like, oh, they're gonna play here. Ooh, that's fast. Give me a second. This thing's beating me up. Only one out. Play me. Put your rated on there. Yeah, I'm like we're on 2,500. You still there? Only one out. Good play. I'll put the code in there so it show up. It might screw up my. Well, it might mess up my camera, but. Well, let me know if you're still there. Wait, let it. Trying to. I have it. I have a battery pack on here charging it while I play, but if I get drained, just a little bit. I might juice that up just a bit so that it's more charged and maybe I play a bit more. Alright. So let me know what you think about the stream, about the game. I appreciate you guys watching. Just charging a little more. Yeah. I see the mass exodus of viewers. It's okay, I don't mind. Back a few minutes, it's something that's more charged. Another wardrobe change. Like you go color one out here, it's hot. Let me try this real quick while you're watching. My viewers, thank you so much. See if this works. I think you can hear me. I don't know if it's recording on two things, but whatever. So I'm charging the battery for a second. Oh yeah, I'm standing here in front of it. Charging the battery. Thank you for watching. I'm going to play some more, so don't leave quite yet. If you're enjoying it, let me know what you think. Let me know if you like watching more the practice, like lifting backspin, topspin, the different combos. Like that last combo was pretty good, but it was tough, so it's good practice. I'll play the AI a little bit here in a second, actually. Just give me a second to cool down. I don't want to sweat. Well, I am, but... So yeah, let me know where you're watching from, if you play the game. Only one out if you're still around. I'm gonna figure out a way so I can see the chat in the headset so I don't have to check so much, or at least so I don't miss stuff when people actually say things, because I can tell a lot of times people say something, and then by the time I see it, they're gone, and I feel bad. What can I do? I'll be quiet. I mean, I will fix it. There's something. See, I got mine. Felix LeBron shirts off AliExpress. They're like $7 each. Pretty good. Alright, let's get my face off the screen like this and go back to what we were doing. Okay, give me a second. I'm testing stuff. Like I said, I'll show you a few things I got. These things, these little extra batteries. Just take them in the headset and use the battery a little longer. They're not quite strong enough to like charge it while I'm playing. They just like slowly lose this battery, but definitely lets me play for longer. That's why I have it plugged in at the moment. This is the solid time adapter I'm using currently. I've modified it. I cut some rubbers off the old DX19 and put it on there. It's got a tape on the handle, but I could do a better job, right? I should have done a better job putting the rubbers on, not just duct tape. It's kind of close to thick, so my neck holds a little differently, and then this tape is not really, it's just like athletic tape. It doesn't absorb the sweat quite like I would like, but it's there. Now I'm playing the hand this little thing so it can hold it around my wrist, so I don't have to like constantly squeezing it tight. You wouldn't be squeezing this on tight while you're playing anyway. But it is good to hold something. This And then that's also, so I'm going to get started again soon. But yeah, like I said, I have those new lenses in there too, so instead of wearing my glasses, I got that. I know I'm wasting all this time if I get bored. Got 19 viewers. We get to 20 while I'm sitting here looking at the we get one more viewer. Give it a second. Someone find one more viewer so I can do some push-ups and I'll get back. Oh no, we're down to 15. Okay, 15 works. Only 15 push-ups to get back to playing. That's fair. Those 4 people don't know what they're missing out. Yes, I mean, those are my worst form of the day so far. I guess I'm getting tired of the push-ups. All right, let's get back in there a little more. Like I said, I mean, at some point I'll probably take a little break and then I'll stream more later if I recharge it and things. I'll try and play a lot today. I don't know. I don't know if it's time. All right. Oh yeah, that's true too. Sometimes the battery indicator doesn't update in the game, so I should actually check to see. Maybe I have more battery than I think. I mean, but I'm serious. If you tell me what stuff you want to watch me train, I'll do it. If you don't say anything, I don't know, and I just kind of keep doing what I'm doing. Which is fine. Maybe you trust me to do what I do when I do is what it is. But no. Okay, so I have enough battery to keep going. But we're not going to do this one anymore. I'll tell you that much. All right, how about this? You guys have been shy, but I'm going to go back to what I said I would do every once in a while and do a little basic tutorial. Let me make sure you're hearing me. Are you hearing me? Ouch, ouch. These new lenses that I have in the headset, when I put the headset on, they like push into my face so hard. I gotta get used to that. Okay, so it's got everything. It's got everything we need. Basic forehands, right? Forehand basic forehand. Not sure how else to put it. So this ball's got a little top spin, a little speed. It's kind of in the middle of the table. Look, it's right here. All right, it's not a deep ball. The deeper the ball is in the table, the harder it is because that pushes you back, more distance between you and the net. So if you have a choice when you're playing field, most of the time try to play the ball deeper on the table. You know, obviously not super high because then it's easier to hit, but keep it low, deep on the table. Play the angle some. You got a shot. All right, so say you just walked into the club or your tournament, you want to warm up with someone. All right, so let's say, I mean, technically before tournament you got 2 minutes, but we'll say you got 5 minutes, right, or 10. So just kind of start with flat hit, right? So you're practicing with your practice partner on the table. You're trying to keep the ball on the table so your eyes and brain can wake up, right? No one likes to go chase the balls all around right in the morning before the tournament because you don't have that much time to warm up anyway. So keep that in mind, all right? And then I can do it, you know, practice just rotating your legs. So this might not be your warm-up or it might be your warm-up, but when you're practicing, you can do it, right? So look, just simply my leg rotation. Nothing else changes. Right. I won't do this too much. And then also you could just see like this. All right, this part. And then just a little bit all together, right? Not using the wrist, not even using that much of this. You're not spinning that much, right? This is a basic forehand. Just drive it forward, off the bounce. If you catch it lower, it stays lower. If you let it come up high, it stays high, right? So just catch it off the bounce. But it doesn't have to be like, don't let it go too far past the end line, but it doesn't have to be right off the bounce, right? Especially if you're newer. Just kind of put it on the table, get ready. Try to reset a little bit in the sense that end up somewhere in here so you could play either side if you have to, but don't drop your racket. Play in front of you. Finish here, right? And then as you get a little more advanced, you kind of spin it a little more as opposed to just hitting it. And then you could start using more wrist and stuff. In this game, the wrist and spin is important, right? So if you're just playing the game, go for it. But if you're playing in real life, then you kind of have to develop it a little different. All right, there, and then maybe play some down the line, right? So your posture changes a little bit. You got to open up a little more. This is good for me because I'm trying to play more in that hip, like I said, instead of falling over the other way. But you try to go from your right to left if you're right-handed, vice versa if you're left-handed. Right? So my weight transfer. And then as you get better, you kind of can play both sides from here. Not show where you're playing quite as much. Play the middle. Play the side. Right, you kind of wait, you see where your opponent is, and then choose. A few chops, just for good measure, get the feel for the ball. Oh yeah, the long ball, you can go like this. Chop one, loop one, get the feel. It's interesting because after the chop, I don't have that like reset down, so it's kind of, all right, I was supposed to be doing a basic thing, right? So I shouldn't be chopping and doing that. All right, backhand, basic backhand. Same idea, start out. Well, I never really looped that much over there, but you guys, I'm doing a basic thing, so I guess the looping doesn't really factor in. Same idea, hitting it flat, forward. All right, I could just kind of block it. If your opponent's playing with topspin, if you're playing with someone low level also, if you're a beginner, then it might be flat all over the place, so you kind of got to deal with that. But just try to move, be light on your feet, be forward. All right. Watch different players at different levels, right? So you can't just watch the pros, but you also can't just watch like your peers, let's say. Kind of got to get info everywhere in different styles. Body types, right? I think body types and mobility make a huge difference, and people aren't like flexible enough sometimes in that idea. Both physically flexible and mentally flexible, so you have to account for that. Right, okay, that's not the basic one. Basic one's like this. Just here, same idea, not much wrist. You know, I can fold more, or I can just push more, right? In the beginning, maybe you got to push it a little more, right? Just get consistent, get that top spin. Try not to, you don't want side spin too much on, so that's a little bit of side spin, but not too much. You hear the ball's here, right? It's kind of like a triangle, but you want to be here, not too far, not too close. All right, a little more, like I said, and then same idea. I already did this earlier, I think, but you'll see, I always like, you can never play too many forehand or practice too many forehands from the backhand corner because it's such a good shot when you get it like right that you don't want to miss it and you want to be ready. So, and it also trains you to play it in the middle and different places. All right, so I'm just playing soft here. So do this. Let's say you were playing here. This is another good practice drill. Play to your partner's backhand block. Same idea. Just play easy and consistent so everyone can get used to it. Keep the spin the same, and then as you play, then you can start messing with the spin more. Side spin, fade it. Right. Yeah. All right, so that one has side spin on it. You can see it. So if they were over there, it would curve away from them. But yeah, just basic, same idea, right? 1, 2, 3. Give me a second. Battery's getting a little lower. We're gonna do some footwork. So those are the basic shots, right? Basic contact, all that. Oh no, is it double? Oh man. Hopefully it's working.
All right, so give me a second to cool down, drink a little coffee, and answer any questions. Right, like I said, if you have, oh no, it's this camera now. If you have any questions, let me know about 11 VR, about table tennis. If you want me to do more basic stuff again, right, I'll do more basic tutorial forehand, backhand, or lifting underspin, pushing, whatever. Right, I'm gonna try to do more. Maybe I'll try like a schedule at some point, like okay, this hour is beginner class, then I take a break, then it's my practice, then it's this, then it's that, or maybe I won't. I don't know, but 31 viewers. Oh my gosh, you guys are all coming in here while I'm talking, right? I'm just here cooling down. We're playing 11 VR on MetaQuest 2. Let me know if you've ever played it. Let me know if you play table tennis, ping pong, beach pong, pool pong, whatever you do, right? I appreciate everyone for being here. I'm gonna get back to playing in a second, but I'm trying to charge the headset. So until someone says something in the chat, I just kind of keep repeating myself. No big deal. I don't know if it's actually. Is it working right now? The stream? Like as far as me talking and getting it, because I get different warnings. Like I said, I still don't really know what I'm doing with the streaming. I know kind of what I'm doing with table tennis, but you can see it's a process. Gotta learn more. But VR is a great place to learn how to play better. I promise. Yeah, and I'm just chatting away while my viewers disappear. And what am I doing? So I'm charging this. At some point, maybe I'll actually turn off the headset so it can charge well, and maybe I'll either sit here or just turn off the stream. I don't know. You tell me. About ready to get back on there. The reason I say I'm not sure if it's charging is because the lights aren't going anywhere, and also this one, I had it in the headset and it flew off the other day and bent this all up. So I don't know if it's talking to the wrong camera again. Sorry. Here's the extra battery thing I have, but I'm not sure it's working right now, charging it, and also it flew off and broke the other day, so I don't know for sure that it's good. But I have one that should work better over here, so let's try that. Yeah, for some reason this light's like stuck on now. It probably is broken. So take the headset, you stick it in here, and don't worry, I'm going to remember to turn my other camera back on and do the necessary things. So, something of a stream engineer myself. and I'll use that. What about now? Can you hear me talking now? Can you hear me now? That old commercial? Good. Let me know. Can you hear me now? I'm not sure why it says, like, it's getting audio from one thing. I'm not going to waste, like, way too much time looking at it, but please, someone out there tell me, do you hear my voice at this moment or no? Can you hear me now? Oh, okay, now it's working. We're back in business. So, am I led to believe that you haven't been hearing me this entire time? That would be fun. Alright, who cares? Now you can hear me, right? Oh, goodness gracious. Alright, so I've been talking for 2 hours now, and I don't think anyone's heard me. That's good. Maybe you did, I don't know. Alright, we're gonna get back in here. I'm getting kind of tired, but we got viewers, we got audio now. We're doing our thing. So give me a like if you're enjoying it. Let me know what you're not enjoying if you're not enjoying it. I'm kind of getting sore, so I think I will take a break pretty soon. But I'm glad that, theory, you're hearing me talk a little bit right now. I'm not going to do any more of this. That was enough, right? That was a lot of footwork and a lot of shots. Let me try this one more time, right? You tell me where. Let me get this battery back. So yeah, I don't know. Were you never hearing me before at all and enjoying it? Now you're maybe upset that you're hearing me? Or you want to listen to anything in particular? Yeah, so I'm just going to do the basic forehand, basic backhand again. Kind of run the same explanation I did before, which I think was not heard. So yeah, just starting basic again. Kind of, you'll see me go back to this because I can kind of rest while I do this. Right, so I kind of push the intensity for a little while, then I come back and just rest and hit the ball. Because, like I said, I still have to hit the ball a lot of times in VR to get the real feeling for it and tracking with my eyes and the headset and stuff. So, you really can't do too much of the basics for now until you really get somewhere with it. But you can see, even with like no real effort put into this shot, I'm starting to get more spin just on the basic ones. Right, so that's alright. My forehand is more of like a power shot in real life, and then my backhand is spinnier. Well, I mean, against underspin. Otherwise, it's very flat. Right. So, when you get tired, you gotta be careful not to let your form fall apart, especially when you're demonstrating things. So, same idea, right? I'm just playing forward, little top spin, rotating. Like I said before, I'm trying not to rotate like this, like a teapot, right? More like this, which has to do with this leg. But right now, the problem is I don't have the ankle mobility to get further over it while staying loose, right? I get over it, but then it's so tense in here, so I have to get better. But I think the more you are like this, then you can pivot here, right? If you're like this, even if you're bent, it's like this. Ow. Felt that one. My body's definitely revolting from all this VR practice, all this real life practice, but I'm building up the stamina. We'll see. We'll see. I'm trying to, like, little by little increase it. That's why I'm on here playing again. I'll take a little break and then I'll do that. But back to this. Alright, so say you're a beginner. If you already heard this like an hour ago, let me know. But you show up to the club or the tournament, you need to warm up, right? You got someone on the other side that either you know or you don't know. Alright, just play here. Use your rotation just a bit. Not really the arm, not the wrist. Just rotate your body. Get your body warmed up a bit. Get your eyes warmed up a bit. Alright, you're not worrying about spinning hard or putting it in the same spot over and over. And you kind of get your stroke in however you do it. Some people can recover, stay in the middle, other people kind of stay same stroke plane. Right. You can practice playing a little more in the middle. Right, I can open my arm up a little more. I can wait a little later to make it easier. Right, I play more behind me. Or better, I open myself up completely still. And that way, I'm actually still playing a normal shot. I'm just adjusting my body, right? Because if you're playing here one way, like this, those are all different shots, right? But if you're here, Here, those are the same shots. So you can return them or repeat them. All right, do some chops. Get the feel for it. 1, 2. It helps with the balance, right? Because chop your back, now you're forward. Chop your back. Nice. I'm pretty sure these chop practice in here is helping me because I'm sending some real nice straight chops in real life lately. I zip a few from back here. So now you're warmed up on the basic. You know, you got this, now you're kind of a little stronger. Same idea. But now you put in more power, so you're really trying not to fall over there. So now I'm trying to use this leg to get myself turned in and not to end up so far over there, right? Look at that. 154. It hit the net, but soon enough I'm going to start hitting that like all the time because it's going to be easy. But for now, would you just look at it? Alright, so since this is a basic tutorial, I'm not going to sit there and do forehand loops forever. Now we're going to the backhand, same idea. You're starting out, you just hit it flat, hit it forward, other arm up somewhere. Alright, playing in front of your body. You can extend at the elbow like this without moving the elbow too much, or you can kind of do it like a little more like a push-up type thing. Right. But still, get some spin forward. Try to get it. Look, you can see on the thing, the arrow shows you the sides of the spin, right? So this is top spin, side spin, faded spin, right? It changes, so you can kind of see how is your contact. Is it really kind of straight on, or do you have some side spin, or what? And then, to me, that's kind of like when you use the return boards, right? The return board will show you real quick if your spin is not consistent, if it's side spin this because the ball moves. Here, you keep getting the same ball, but you can look up there, and you not only can you judge the direction, but you can look to see how effectively you spun the ball or hit the ball, and gauge whether your technique's getting better, getting worse, if you made a good adjustment, right? 117. That's alright. I gotta bring it outside. 19. Alright. 120 for getting that. Okay, that's enough for now. I'm not gonna overdo it, right? Like I said, I'm probably gonna take a break here in a bit, and then I'll be back a little later. But this is like real training, right? It's not like this is physically easy. This is kind of like playing at the club, actually getting tons of reps in. And because it's so much fun, you almost don't feel like you're working, so then you end up doing so much. For some reason, this chop block's not working. Alright, you can practice your chop blocks. Punches. I like this one this time. If they're over there, but you have to be careful because it'll fly off the table a lot. There's a lot of tossing, but this ball, see, it's gonna travel away from them. So here, and then I basically haven't done any pushes, so let's look at that real quick. Long backspin push. What's that? All right. It's gonna be some short push and a long push, right? I guess it's a serve, but whatever. Push. I'm just pushing for now. Before I was opening, but now I'm just practicing the push because I'm not used to it, and it's heavy, so I gotta get used to it. Actually, I'm gonna take off that short one because the long one's heavy. I can't like adjust to it properly. So I'm trying to get to it over the table, right? I'm not trying to push back behind the table. Yeah, I think you want your spin like 50, 60 on these to be effective. And you gotta make sure you don't look over too much at the screen so you can actually put the ball on the table a little bit. So you guys tell me if my spin is good, my spin is bad. Alright, you practice the timing off the bounce more later sometimes, right? Like I said, try to get to it before it goes past the end line. Otherwise you want to loop it. Goes long. But for now, practicing this, because sometimes people, if they know you're going to open no matter what, they'll give you like a push that's hard to open strong, and then they're going to counter you and move you around and block it. So sometimes you got to push, right? They give you a bad push, you give them a real bad push. Worse one. Make it worth it. And then, next time, you set up on it. Maybe. Let's go. Keep the feel. Sometimes short, just to get the feel for keeping it short, right? No, it's not like that, but that's not closer. That's it. We wouldn't do that much, but if you can do it sometimes, why not? If they're really far away. It's more about getting the feel. Right, so not today, or not right now, but you would go here and then maybe open one and then play it again. And maybe put a top spin ball in there too. But for now, I just want to get the feel for this push. You can see it's already getting better. You have to practice though. Come on. You gotta think where you're pushing too, right? To the middle, to the body. Don't push like into their middle forehand, right? Right where they're ready for it, right? Push their body here, or out wide, short or long, something to mess them up. Sometimes heavy, sometimes not so heavy, right? So I can carry it. Not much spin on that 31, or I can chop it. 69, but I missed it still. 43, 26, 60, right? So if you give someone 30 and then you give someone 60, they're gonna make a lot of mistakes. So sometimes carry it, sometimes chop it. And then also think about it. If you chop it real hard and they push it back, it's going to be spinny, so you need to lift. If you push it flat and they push it again, it's not going to be so spinny most of the time as long as your push was low. That one you can attack a little stronger, a little more forward. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. So, got people watching. All right, got 15 viewers. Appreciate it. Let me know what you think. I hope you can hear me. Yeah, now the audio says it's working. All good. So yeah, we're just hanging out here Saturday afternoon. Got a little more play in me. We'll see how long the battery lasts, right? It's got a little more in it. That's about it. Like I said, I really would appreciate it if you ask any questions about the game or about table tennis, or let me know what you think. That's about it. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Please don't scroll, right? You like that one on the shorts when it says that? I can't stand when someone uses that. It annoys me. I scroll right away. So yeah, having said that, please don't scroll. Or I need to find a way to do that. I don't know. Anyway, I think the stream's kind of wrapping up for a second now. So actually, well, maybe this is a good time to take a break. Maybe it's not. You guys let me know. Sorry, I know I changed my shirt. Got to unpop the collar. Got to do this and that. 10 viewers, 10 push-ups. Okay, we're back on the clock. Back on the clock. Ooh. Let's get back in there. So if you're just joining me, thank you for joining me. Let me know if you like to see forehand, backhand, pushes, opens, what you want to see. We're coming up on the end of this first stream, and I'll play a little more later, I think, but I'll do a little serve return. How about that? A little bit of serve return for the good people of YouTube. Enough of this. No. Alright. So this would be like someone serving a short tomahawk on you with underspin, right? Right, if I go like this, it's going to go this way. It's got the right side spin. Right, we're getting there. Now what about this? Right, so that puts it straight. That's basically the angle that makes it go straight. Like this. So you can see, if my angle's like this, it doesn't go forward, right? So you got to think about the stuff when you're returning. This is like I said, so if someone's serving at you, they're serving a tomahawk. So where's that camera? All right. So I say I'm like you, right? I'm serving tomahawk like this, but it's not like this actually. It's more like this because side underspin. So that's what this is. So here, look. Right there it is. So you get the double bounce side underspin tomahawk from a right-hander. It curves around like this. You can push it this way. You can spin it this way. If you play out there, you gotta be careful because of the side spin, but you can do what you want if you want. Or you play your forehand, or if it comes along like this. But this one's short over the table, so just practicing touching it. Right, it's easier with your backhand, right? It's the backhand natural angle. Because you're already like this with the backhand, right? Whereas the forehand's gotta be like this, which is a little bit awkward. Either way, get close to the ball. I'm just gonna try to keep them short for now, because I'm kind of tired. Whenever I get tired, I either do a little basic tutorial, or I try to keep some serve short. And by short, I mean double bounce and low. Try to do both sides, forehand and backhand. You don't know where it's then get in, get out. Too high. Sometimes push long too. Alright, so you can kind of go with the spin, which is hard. Not working. I'll try to play the middle with the spin. There we go. Something like that. Not easy, right? It's hard to play aggressively on this one. Whereas you see, like, the backhand is just easy. Backhand just naturally goes over, does the angle, right? So here. So, if you saw that, you could think, okay, if you're going to serve this serve short, you don't want them to get their backhand on it. And it happens a lot too, because they just move in with their backhand and kind of play it over, and you deal with your spin back. It gives it back, right? You try to make them play with the forehand over the table. Forehand over the table, backhand away from the table, right? Because then here it's awkward with the forehand, but here they can kind of spin it and attack it back better, right? Whereas here with the backhand, like I'm saying, it's easy to touch and spin in this, but this long one when it's real strong to the backhand, like this, it's kind of annoying because sometimes it's kind of top spin, side spin, or underspin. So figure out where they're making the mistakes and make them make those mistakes. Right. It's pretty crazy. I was talking for 2 hours with the microphone off, I think. Hopefully you're hearing me now. All right, let's look at the other side. It says short left side spin. All right, so look here. All right. Where could you find someone to just serve this over and over to you like this? It'd be hard. All right, so look. Now I start to close my angle. It starts to go more forward. This is the natural forehand angle, right? Because it's like this. But look if I do my backhand. What? Say what? All right, so you gotta go like this. All right, not exactly like that, but you're getting the idea on the angle, right? And then it's side spin, so don't open it so much. Close it. So you can see, backhand is awkward in the middle, right? If you do it all the way out here, or if they're out here, it's not so, right? So look at this. Okay. You serve in the middle, it's awkward because I'm here, and to play backhand, either they have to move like this, or they have to move like this to play forehand. If you play real wide out here, the backhand is easier because they either aim like this, and then also the table's like in the way, right? It's easier to land it. Easier to land it, and it's going to come out there, and that's kind of hard to deal with sometimes, right? But you play here, it's easier for them to get on the table, but a little more predictable response. So you have to figure out where to serve it, and if you're returning it, where to return it, right? So let's see. I'm going to push it and flip it. Really, it's just touching it off the bounce. I'm not pushing it because it's side spin. It's not top spin, right? Or I mean underspin. Then flip it maybe. This one's tough. It's good practice. And then you can see it's a good serve, good place to serve because you're displacing your opponent, right? So if I flick, can't lift, right? And I got to get that lift. Aim to the top of the net, right? And don't aim that way. Aim to the middle or out here, right? Same idea. If I'm going to play my backhand, I need to get either here for a controlled shot, but it's not easy, or I need to play it to the middle strong and kind of deal with the side spin like that, or I need to flip it stronger, right? I need to be spinning with the spin, but I'm lifting that too much. It's actually a really awkward ball because it's rare in real life to get someone to give you such a good topspin ball short, or side spin, let's say, but a lot of spin short and low. So when you flip it, you have to be so precise with your spin, otherwise it shoots out wherever. Give me a sec. Let me know if you're enjoying my discussions. Or I have some tape I can put over my mouth. Anyway, see where we're at. 8 viewers, 7 viewers. Appreciate it. Like I said, let me know if you can hear me, if you like hearing me, if you don't like hearing me. Let me know what you want to see. Thank you for being here. Smiley face, right? Thanks to everyone watching. I appreciate it. And for the 3 likes, I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. I was going to say 3 push-ups, but 3 push-ups not really worth that much to you. I don't feel like doing them. All right. I think when you guys have been so loyal, my 7 viewers, I appreciate it so much. Let me take a break for a little while, and then I'll come back a little later. All right. So thank you, everyone, all 7 of you, and the 3 likes. I really appreciate it. I hope to see you guys around. All right. Bye. Oh, now we're up to 8. I'm out of here for now. Thank you to the 8th viewer for showing up. I'll be back a little later, guys. I'll figure it out.